absolutely game time. I am beyond ready. Look what we got. Listen, I'm gonna share with you exactly how I've been eating before bed for the last, I don't know, probably 5 years. These are typically how my meals look at night, but I want to show you what time it is. 11:47 at night, and I'm about to have me a feast because here on this page we have rule number 3, and that is to never go to bed hungry. Understand something? This is how I've been eating before bed every single night. And it's not just about, oh, dude, yeah, I'm so cool, I eat at night and you don't. But I personally like to have this meal pretty much every single night like clockwork. And it doesn't mean it's the exact same thing, right? Where there's like a huge salad, 4 eggs, ground beef. Because I have a ribeye that I didn't cook up that I do plan to have afterwards. But I like to keep my meals higher fat before I go to bed at night. High protein always. I center all of my meals around protein, but I like to go higher on the fats before bed especially. Oh my gosh. It's my favorite time, dudes. I mean, I generally get giddy like a fat kid. Unbelievable. Regardless, this is my favorite way of setting up my meals before I go to bed. I do a lot of testing on myself. I test it on other people. I'll try over here, I'll try over there. But I notice that before you go to bed, obviously, there's a lot of hormone optimization happening. And when it comes down to what fats serve, especially for eating whole foods, fats are incredible for your hormone profile, more so than protein and carbs. Protein and carbs are, in my opinion, fantastic when it comes to, when I say protein and carbs, I'm just referring to carbs mainly, but great energy source. Absolutely fantastic, especially for replenishing your glycogen stores. It's fantastic. That's why I prefer protein and carb throughout the day. But the way I like to do is I don't eat before I've trained. That's my personal way of doing it. I just like working out fasted. It makes me feel like I'm really earning my meal. And also, you know, my strength doesn't really range too much after a period of time. Your body gets used to it. But before I go to bed, obviously, if I haven't trained all day, makes it a little bit different, right? I usually still always break on a protein and carb. But before I go to bed, right before I sleep, I like to have a protein and high fat meal. That's why I like to do something. I know you're thinking salad's not high fat, but whole eggs are. This ground beef is. The ribeye that I'm about to have after this is. I just notice it for me. I wake up, I know it's gonna sound crazy. I can tell I woke up and I feel refreshed. That to me is the most important thing. I feel good. A lot of people are like, dude, there's no way you probably wake up groggy. I don't use MyFitnessPal. To be honest with you, I hate MyFitnessPal. I do make fun of it quite often. I'm just being honest. I'm not making fun of you if you use MyFitnessPal. Some people reach out to me like, hey man, I love your stuff, but you hurt my feelings. It's like, first off, relax, bro. I mean, if you're taking it yourself that seriously, we got bigger fish to fry. But I just always wanted a process where, and I understand this, the only way you get into shape is the only way you know how to get into that shape. So if you did it through MyFitnessPal, counting calories, counting your steps, the moment you stop doing those things, you're gonna fall back out of shape. And guess what? You only have one way of doing it that's super delicate and fragile. For me, I can be traveling everywhere. I know what things actually move the needle for me. And for me, I know it sounds crazy. This is literally a pre-bed meal that I have like clockwork. Maybe I have some pickles on the side, fruit for dessert, but this is pretty much it. I wanted to show this part because if I could have it my way, honestly, I would just do ground beef, my ribeye. I did ground onion as well, not ground onion. It's ground beef, but with tomatoes cooked up along with sweet onions. They had sweet on sale. And I was like, I haven't had a sweet onion in a while. So I went and picked it up. And then salad with apple cider vinegar and freshly squeezed lemon. And then usually I like to have over easy eggs. That's my style, right? But you can do hard boiled. The point is higher fat meals before you go to bed. I have noticed that for me and even other people that I've helped out, especially when you're the kind of guy that doesn't really know when to put his fats. I don't like doing the whole keto thing the way people do. I just think it's about the way you segment off your meals. I notice for me that I feel my best when I eat higher fat, higher protein meals and then having fruit for dessert. Bro, technically that's a carb, you know what I mean. But like, point is like, this is what I'm leaning on. This is where the majority of my food's gonna come from right before I go to bed. And honestly, I feel fantastic in the morning. I even notice it like, it almost feels like there's an optimization aid there. This is complete bro science. I don't have anything to back this up. I'm just being completely real. But what I would say is it makes a ton of sense because higher fat foods, along with higher protein when it's whole foods, it is much better for your hormone profile. It optimizes it a lot better. I hate that word optimizes, but I like segmenting off. I usually go protein and carbs or protein and fats, and my protein and fat meals are usually right before I go to sleep. that's the way I like to do it. Is it always work out that way? No, but I do love doing it this way. But something I wanted to share with you because I've had this meal before I go to bed essentially every single night. It's not the specific exact meal. I want to make that super clear. It's just basically any sort of red meat that's a little bit on the fattier side typically, or fattier fish, right? Anyways, a little bit of a weird, odd one today, but I wanted to kind of share that with you because a lot of people do ask about my diet. I can do a lot more diet videos. You guys know this, but it's like my time at night. It's tough for me to put up the camera because I'm so enthralled with food. I mean, dude, look at it, man. And by the way, like, yeah, I know you're thinking you're going to really have a ribeye after this. Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be pretty fat, to be honest. So, have not had hard boiled in a while. Not something I would want to lean on, to be honest with you. I'm more of an over easy, flip in the air Bobby Flay kind of guy, but no shame in the game. Also, don't think I didn't tuck in. Okay, okay, I didn't tuck in. I'll be honest with you, I definitely thought I was tucked in. That's a gross misstatement. By the way, if you're new here, we tuck in like absolute gentlemen because we're here to bring back class, and the tuck in is absolute class. You can't force it, but it's absolutely classy. In addition, I'm sure you guys heard some Turkish music in the background. Pretty sure there's a wedding going on. It's wedding season. I'm not gonna lie. Dude, he's going nuts. Huh. They know, dude, never go to bed hungry. Rule number 3. They're pumped for me. Do you hear it? The music started going on when they knew I was about this match. Anyways, I love you guys. Crusadia coming to you June 22nd. I'm elated, man. It is absolutely game time. It's going to be a product that genuinely, and I don't like even calling it product because it's actually, I've never seen anyone do this before. And it's just my way of actually breeding something that we all have a vested interest in one another in a real way, not the bullshit cheesy way. We don't do things that way. Natural supremacy, we do everything the real, the raw way, no shortcuts, and all hands on deck. That's the way we do it. Anyways, I love you guys. From Uncle Rami to the Natural Crusaders, I love you guys. Uncle Rami out. Peace. Oh my goodness. Hold on.